day today? Good evening, everybody. It is Wing It Wednesday. I'm just waiting for my screen to go live. So hopefully you can all jump on and join me. Let's go. Let's get some comments happening here. This one here. Good evening, everybody. How are you? It is Wing It Wednesday time. It is 8:02 on the 29th of April, 2026. So welcome. Come on in if you're going to join me. Let me know that you're here so that I can know I'm in the right spot and, I'm not sitting here talking to myself because, that could get boring, couldn't it? Hey, Megan. How you going? Hey, Christine. Thanks for joining me. All right, let's see. What's everybody been up to today? I went to work today and put out some Mother's Day plants. If you need plants or flowers, come down to Pewsdale IGA. Just saying. We've got lots. Bit early for the flowers, I must admit that. But plants, you can keep plants alive. And they're really, really pretty ones too. Hey, Maura, how you going? Hey, Glenda. Hey, Sarah, thanks for joining me. Hey, Jacinta, how are you? Goodness gracious me, my eyes are... New glasses playing havoc with my eyes. So, all right, guys, well, I'm going to flip you down and get started. But first, I want to share with you a couple of things. So, I received a couple of lovely cards in the mail. And you know what? Just getting a card in the mail, it really does put a smile on your dial. I mean, even if you for no reason at all or in particular... But I got this lovely card from the lovely Christine. Thank you, Christine. And I haven't got this yet. So, super excited to get it now that I've seen your card and seen it in person. So, thanks, Christine, for sending me that. It did put a smile on my dial. But how cute is that? In Timid Tiger. Reminds me of Merlin, my cat. And then I received this all the way from Worthington, Minnesota, from my friend Chris Brower. And she created this beautiful card with the cloud cover cardstock, and a bit of how simple is that, but so beautiful. No sentiment, doesn't need a sentiment. It's just beautiful, just to say, hey, thinking of ya. How cool is that? So beautiful cards. Thank you very much. If you don't follow Chris, Create with Chris is in Worthington, Minnesota. So she's Chris Brower. So make sure you jump on and follow her. Thank you. Aren't they gorgeous, Naomi? They're just beautiful. Christine, beautiful card. Got to say, glad I've got that embossing folder, or it's coming to me anyway. So thank you very much. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Renee. Thanks for joining me. I've been making fees cards from last night. Oh, yes. I haven't actually seen... Well, I kind of have, but I haven't. I haven't studied it yet. But I should get on and do that, shouldn't I? Being too busy making my own stuff. All right, guys. So tonight I'm going to flip you down. I want to share something with you. So let me just flip you down. All right. So I have all of these gorgeous papers that are in the new catalogue. And last night I released my paper share. So if you don't know what a paper share is, essentially what a paper share is that you can buy or get a share of all of these fabulous papers as a paper share. So I do a quarter share, a half share. I also do a full share, but I offer you a discount if you to buy all of these packets of paper. So we have lots of beautiful different designs. So we've got the paper medley design. Look at this one. I think Fee used this one on Sunday night. The artisan sketched or artisan sketched design paper. We have the waterfront retreat paper. I haven't even opened these yet. We beautiful ordinary. So each one of these, if you get a quarter share, you will get a quarter of the pack. So, and I don't cut it down to 6 by 6. You'll get a 6 by 12 piece of paper. It's as simple as that. If you get a quarter share, if you get a half share, you get 2 6 by 12 papers. The Lily Valley of Bloom. We have the Bloom Boutique we have, I'm going to leave that for a minute. We have the Moonlit Flora, and this is the Scenic Coast. Now, this one is just gorgeous because, I don't even know if it's going to do it justice on the screen, but when you pull this out, I don't know, can you see that? It reflects. So it's got like a soft kind of reflection on it. So it is, and you get quite a few sheets of each. Look at that. Don't tell me that they wouldn't make beautiful seaside cards. So you get a quarter of a pack of each one and a quarter of a share. Let me grab this one out because this one, I wish we could have like touching. You know how we used to have like scratch and sniff stickers? Well, I used to when I was in, I might be showing my age a bit, but we used to have scratch and sniff stickers. Well, this should be touch and feel paper because this paper, all of these bits here are all flocked. Now, I said flocked, by the way. They are just gorgeous. And all of this here, you've got these little pieces here that are flocked. You really need to touch this paper to see it, like, and feel it and touch it. It is just divine. So for those demos out there that have this paper, you got to agree with me, don't you? It is just gorgeous. Like, and every single sheet is flocked. So it really is. This one, you know what, you're gonna want to buy a packet of this paper. It is just gorgeous. So a quarter of a share of all of this fantastic paper. It's only $55. So you do get a discount, a $2 discount. But if you get half share of the paper, it's $104. You're getting a $10 discount if you were to go and buy it as a retail customer by yourself. So, and then obviously, if you were to buy the full share and get one of each of these packets of paper, it's only going to cost you $200. You're going to save $28, which is the price of a packet of paper and then some. So, like, yeah. Do you have the stamp set? I do not have the stamp. I don't have many stamp sets yet, Megan, from the new stuff. I'm sort of, getting a little bit here and there. So, but yeah, quarter of a pack, half a pack, or full pack of paper share. Now, if you didn't see my memo on my Facebook page, it was there. I apologize for my screen. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to try and take this slide off and see if that makes a difference. Why it keeps jumping like it does. But anyhow, all right. So the link for the paper share was put onto my Facebook page yesterday or the day before. I can't remember which one, but it's up there. So jump on. But if you're not a member of my newsletter, everything goes out via my newsletter. So you can jump onto that, become a member, get and the newsletter comes out to you. I don't send out a lot of stuff, so it's all good. If anybody knows, this stamp has lost its little home. Let me get it out for you. I don't know what it's from. If you know what this little stamp is from, it's like a little star. If you know what this stamp is from, please let me know. I don't know, and I can't find its friends. I have never lost a stamp before, and this one I found in a random packet, and I don't know what it's from. So if you know what that one is, please let me know. All right, so today means you have a globe that's about to blow. Yeah, it's an LED light, Anita, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. So, oh yeah, scratch and sniff. I love scratch and sniff. All right, so we're going to work with this embossing folder today, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we've got this impressions plate, and I have had a bit of a play with it, but I only got these just recently, so I'm going to have a bit of a play with that. I've dragged out this Life in Bloom things, enjoy, because it's like flowery, and I thought it goes well with that stamp set. I don't know. So anyway, I just thought we could have a bit of a play and see where we come up with today. But I want to show you something that I have learnt. All right, so I'm going to start with, let me just check some comments here. Love that. I know I love this folder too, Anita. Isn't it gorgeous? That one won't be leaving my stash. So let me I'm just going to grab some very vanilla cardstock here. So let me grab a couple of sheets of very vanilla, like so. So I had a bit of a thought. On Tuesday, we went out and about down to Flinders on Tuesday because Bretty had the day off, I had the day off, and Lukey had the day off. parent-teacher interviews. I don't ever recall getting a day off for parent-teacher interviews. Do you? I don't know. But anyway, we got a day off. So, sorry, I just took a drink. So we got this day off and we went down to Flinders for just a day out. It was a beautiful day on Tuesday. But I took heaps of photos. So, and it dawns on me, I don't scrapbook enough, right? So I thought tonight we might do a little scrapbooking page. So just a nice quick one, not too hard, because you know me, I like to do things easy. So I'm starting off with 2 sheets of Very Vanilla that are 12 by 12. Well, it is now because I've just cut them down to 6 centimeters, but it's 29.7, right? So not quite 6 by 6, but this is where I'm starting at. So I'm going to do that like that. Gives me 2 sheets, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through this embossing folder here. Now you're probably going to me, Beck, how the hell are you going to do that? Because like, look at that one, it doesn't fit, right? But this is what I've discovered. So I'm going to bring my embossing machine in here because I really do like this embossing folder, right? So I want to have it like over the whole thing. So what I've discovered is if you open up the embossing folder and lay down your 6 by, you know, if I had 6 by 12, but I'm using this one, it's all good. Your 6 by, not 29.7 cardstock, which is what I'm going to call it. Well, 6 by 29.7, 6 inches by 20, we'll jump in between inches and centimeters, hey? Then you grab your embossing, your impressions folder out. You lay that directly down onto tab number 1, right? Then you pop this over the top of that, like so. You grab your dark grey embossing mat or whatever it is, and then you run it through your machine all the way through, like so. Has anybody done this? They might not have. I don't know. Is it new? I don't know. I haven't seen it anywhere. So this is what I thought I would share with you. Then I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to turn it around and just do the other side, like so. Like so. And I'm going to run that through. Oh. Alright, my mat keeps moving, but that's all good. And then what happens when you take it off, you get, and if I used a 12 by 12 piece and cut it down to 6 inches, you get, which you probably can't see, but it's like a mirror image of the design. See that? Now I know one side's raised and one side's indented, but it doesn't matter. It still looks really cool. So we're going to do that to both pieces, alright? Now, I don't have any photos as yet cut out, so we're just going to, you know, pretend that I've got some beautiful greenery photos. I do have some on my phone. I know which ones I want to print, but they're on my phone. So anyway, we're going to pop this in here, and then we're going to pop this in here, and then we're going to run that through again. Alright, then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing again. Now, this would work, I'm tipping, with any embossing folder that you own, right? So, oh, that's good. I'm glad you haven't seen it before, Sue. I'm giving you a little tip. Oh, thanks, Kay. I don't know about clever. Maybe I've just got a bit too much time on my hands. So, we're just going to run that through again, like so. And then pull it up. So then we have 2 sheets here, like so, of, now look at that, it now becomes one big sheet of embossing stuff. Oh, if you don't, I don't know if you don't have the new mat. Well, you need to get the new mat, don't you, Megan? Because it's pretty cool. Alright, so then what I thought, you know what thought, is if you have them like opposite. So you have the indented one here and the raised one here, and then the indented one here and the raised one here. So you're sort of like doing, you know, tic-tac-toe. All right. So then what I was going to do was get some Old Olive, some Mossy Meadow, and, you know, all my favourite greens. Well, some of my favourite greens. And then, because I want to make it really grungy, right? So I'm going to go early espresso, pecan pie, and crumb cake. I'm just going to move my machine because I don't think I need that just now. And then what I'm going to do, because I'm a lazy stamper, peoples, I don't want to be having to, you know, get unnecessary tools out if I don't really have to. So I'm just going to grab my ink pad here and I'm just going to run it over like so. Look at that. Oh my God. So I kind of now want to go for an ombre look. Right? So I'm going to go like that. Then I'm going to grab my ink pad because I'm right-handed. So I'm just going to swish it around and I'm going to go like this. Look at that. And you're going to get the two different looks because you're going to get some raised and some sunken in. And then I'm going to get my old Mossy Meadow and go over my Mossy Meadow like so. Now, I think my Mossy Meadow needs to be re-inked, but I will show you a little trick. If you, because I don't have a Mossy Meadow inker, so if you grab a bit of water and just spritz just lightly on your ink pad, it'll get you by. See, look at that. It'll get you by. It won't, like, you know, continue to do the trick, but it'll get you by just as a quick, you know, what's it for? So, there we go. Straight away, how good does that look? Right, like, because I'm a lazy, so I'm just going to blend it up here a bit, blend it in here a bit more, make it a little bit darker in some bits. But can you see my vision now? Like, and then I'm just going to give this a bit of a spritz too. Spin this around, put a bit more ink on here. So it's just going to get you a little bit more on your ink pads. All right, there we go. What do you reckon? You love that? Look at that. How cool does that look? I know we've got the line in the middle, but, you know, bear with me, bear with me. Anyone know what that die's from yet? That little stamp set? No? No? I think it might be a Christmas set. I'm not sure. All right, let me just clean this off. Like so. All right. Then I'm going to grab that other piece, and yep, you guessed it, we're going to do the same with our brown ink pads. So I'm going to go a bit of crumb cake down here, like so. And I want it to be grungy because, you know, that's the kind of chick I am. Bit of a grungy chick. Like a bit of the forest look. Bit of pecan pie. How good does it look when you get the two contrasting bits? Like that. And then we're going to get early espresso. Like so. Like that. What do you reckon? I reckon this would be really cool if you visited, like, because they've got the ferns and stuff like that. If I was to, say, go and visit my friend in New Zealand and have photos from New Zealand, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. And do a scrapbooking page like this with that. I reckon that'd be awesome. All right. There we go. So then we have our brown one and we have our green one. All right. I'm going to clean this off because it's all messy. Like so. I think I need to wet my chamois again. And then look at that. How good does that look opposite each other? Do you like that? Let me see the comments. Oh, love that. Cool. Love. Oh, thanks, guys. You're going to have to get the new mat, Megan. That's as simple as. All right. So then what I thought, well, now I've got these two pieces here. So I kind of want to stick them together. But I don't know. Do I want to, like, do a bit of designer series paper? So I got this paper out because I kind of thought, well, it kind of blends with that. And then I didn't know whether to, let's grab, like, we kind of need a bit of a greenery, brownery. That is the new word for today, peoples. Greenery, brownery. So do I do that and mix a bit of the berry burst into it, or do I do just that and just have all the greens and whites, or what do you reckon? I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Or do I just, I think this is the wrong green. We've got the wrong green in this one, so I think that's not right for that one. Or do I go, no, I don't like that one. What do you reckon? Should I pull in a bit of the pink, maybe? Bring in a little bit of that pink one. And bring in the pink, like so. I reckon that'd look alright. Alright, you like that? Let's go. Alright, so then I'm just going to cut, you know, maybe 2 inches. I think 2 inches. Maybe we'll go 2.5 inches, maybe. 2.5 inches off there. And because I want it, you know, we want it to be grungy. So this is our base here that we've got. So I'm just going to tear this. Now, if you don't like tearing, this is probably not for you. Hey. Alright, so we're going to tear that like that. And then I'm going to tear... which way do I need to tear? No, this way. Because I want the bit of white on each side. Like this. And you'll see I'm not really going, like I'm not measuring it. We don't measure these things. Alright. So then I thought we could do that little strip down the middle there, like so. Like that. But I don't know whether I should ink the edges of it. Let me just see. Let's go here. What would the edges look like inked? Oh, I think we need to ink the edges. Alright, let's go. And we'll just do this. And you'll notice that I haven't actually picked up a blending tool or anything yet. I'm just using our ink pads. Alright. So I'm going to blend this one here with a bit of the crumb cake. Like that. And then I'll blend this side here with a bit of the old olive, I think. Alright, just to blend in that bit of a white. So we'll just go a bit of the old olive here. Like so. Like that. There we go. What do you think? Are you likey? Likey? Like so. Looks very grungy, doesn't it? Alright. And then I thought, let's try, because I haven't opened them yet. Where are they? Here. This phrases and frames. So I probably won't stick this down tonight, because we won't have time for me to stick it all down. But I will show you the finished product. So I thought if we did a frame here and a frame here. Is 2 okay? I don't know. I don't do scrapbooking, remember? So is 2 okay if I go like that? Or do I need to do 3? Go 1, but then it's going to cover up my beautiful things. I think 2's okay, isn't it? Let me know. Let's die cut one of these out and see. So I'm going to get some Very Vanilla again. And we're going to chop that Very Vanilla down. Is 2 okay? Let me know. So I'm going to chop this down to, I think this is a little bit wider. Let's just see. If we go like this, how wide is this? So I think I need 11 centimeters. All right, 11 centimeters. So let's cut this down to 11. And then I'm just going to push this aside for the minute, like so. I don't scrapbook, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, but you could do the same effect on cards. So, like, you could even, you know, you could even have that as a big card base like that and have it on both sides as a big card base and then do it as a card front. So, yes, 2's okay. All right, 2 but staggered on each strip. All right, got it. Okay, so I'm going to drag in my embossing machine again. And then we're going to go... Now, it says on the paperwork here, it tells you what to do, what you need to do. So if you've got the die and you're die cutting it, and if you've got the embossing folder, how you emboss it, right? Now, it's supposed to have this plate here. Where's my other plate gone? Oh, here. This base plate here. So you're supposed to go that base plate, this one here, and then you're supposed to put this on top. But you know what? I don't know if I really like not being able to see where my die is going. Right? So I kind of maybe want to just do it with white, a white one. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I like putting that over the top. No, see, it's not thick enough, right? So we need it to be slightly thicker for it to work with the clear one. So I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to put this one in, another clear plate. Then I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to see if that goes through, because I don't know if I like putting the dark one over the top and not being able to see it. I might need to reverse it, hey? But then you still wouldn't. Oh, no, see, that works. That works. All right? So then you get, oh, my plate's all dirty. You get this awesome embossed edged look. Can you see that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, so then I'm going to die cut that out now. So I'm going to come back in with my die cutting plate. I'm going to put this back on here like that. And it sort of just clicks into place there. And then my plates really need to be cleaned. They're filthy. 2 portrait, one offset slightly higher and one slightly, okay. All right, you guys are good because you're helping me here. All right. So then I'm going to pop this out. Leaves me an inside bit. And then have a look at this. How cool does that look? And it's all puffy. You can't see it in real life, but it is all puffy. All right, so I'm going to do 2 of those. So let's just go back with our little plate. We're going to have our clear plate, our embossing one. I'm going to use the other half of this like so. And I've learned another trick too. You know these bags that you get that go over your thing? If you do that over the top, it doesn't make, and your plates are dirty, it actually doesn't make your paper dirty, and you can still see your paper through it because it's clear, right? Are you supposed to spritz it with water, Christine? I don't know. Are you? It still works. I don't know. That just seems like an extra step for me. Alright, and now we're going to die cut that one out. Like so. Probably would stop the cracking, but I don't mind the cracking because it makes it look vintage then. Vintage like me. Alright, then we're going to die cut that one out. Oops, oops, throwing it around everywhere. Alright. Look at that. And then we've got that bit there. Alright, and then I'm going to pop that there like that. Alright, so we've used our little, you know, what's it do for dies. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did with that onto here, I think. Right, so I'm going to start with crumb cake. I'm going to blend on these frames. I'm going to do crumb cake here, like so. So we just get a little bit here. Then I'm going to go a bit of pecan pie. Like that. Get that happening. Always go lightest to darkest too. Like so. Get a bit more happening on that crumb cake one there. And then I'm going to go early espresso. Can you see that pattern now starting to pop up? Like, it looks pretty cool. So I'm sort of making an ombre type pattern. I think I just need to bring in a little bit more of this here. Blend it in a bit more. So you could very well do this for a card front as well. Like I said, you could fold them in half and have this bit on your card front. And there's lots of different stuff you can do. It is just a matter of playing with these pieces, right? Now, all of these aren't available, obviously, yet. They're not available until the new catalogue, which is in a couple of days. Like couple of days. The 5th of May. So, but all of these inks are now available. And that embossing folder is available now too. So you could do these, not a problemo, with the inks. But you just, if you wanted these embossing folders, these dies, and the matte, you can't get it yet. You got to wait till the 5th. All right, and then I'm just going to do the Mossy Meadow on the end there, like that. But you get my drift, right? What we're doing. So we're getting that ombre look happening on the frame. So you can see there, it's going from lighter to darker. All right, and then the same with that one. All right, let me just clean this again. My chamois going, what the? Look at you, you're filthy. All right, so then I think if we get these back in, like so, and do this and this. Oh, I'm going to flip it around. Do this and this. And then we pop that there, like that. And then I thought we'd put the brown frame here, and then the green frame here. So if I was to offset it like that, and then put my wee little picture in there like that, and then put my picture in there like that. What do you think? And then obviously I would put some other stuff with it as well, but that's where I'm kind of going with it. Do you like that look? So I know I haven't really helped you with a card today, but I just thought that would be a really cool idea for a scrapbooking page, because you can use all of your embossing folder all in one big hit. So I will finish this off. I won't finish it off tonight because, you know, guys don't want to sit here and watch me, like, you know, fuss and whatnot over this. But I will finish it off, and I will post a picture of the finished product off. But there we go. What do you reckon? Do you like that? Let me know what you think. Nice to see other stuff. Yeah, well, that's what I thought, Christina. I thought it would be nice to see other things. And you know what I did forget to do? I forgot to put in the names into the spinny wheel. So let me just go on and see the names for the spinny wheel. Let me just click in on my phone here. We had lots of people enter this week for the spinny wheel. Here we go. Who have we got? Let me just... We had the fabulous Chris Brower. We had Chris. And this is where you had to use your baby wipe technique to... Linda. We had Christine. We had two Chris's. Chris and Christine. We had Gigi. We had Megan. Beautiful entries, ladies. Absolutely beautiful. Let me just quickly flip you around. So your challenge this week is to use your embossing folders as a background and ink them like I've done here with this one. So whether you want to do a scrapbooking page or you want to do a card front or whatever, but have a crack at, if you've got that mat, have a crack at actually opening up your embossing folder and pushing it across through that whole embossing folder. So let me just quickly put these names on the wheel while I have you here, because I did forget. I was rushing, trying to do dinner, and Bretty had an appointment, and my phone's about to die. Oh my goodness, this is just not happening today, is it? Alright, so let's just... And I didn't even bring over my iPad, so we're probably not even going to have any music. So we had Chris, we had Linda, we had Christine, we had Gigi, and we had Megan. Alright, let's see who the winner is going to be for the Wheel of Names. It's not even coloured nice, really, because it's not on my usual device. Alright, Wheel of Names. We had Chris Brower from the Americas. We had Linda, Christine, Gigi, and Megan. So let me spin the wheel and we will see who our winner is going to be. Bum, bum, bum. I'll put some music in. Blah, blah, blah. Linda, the fabulous Linda. Congratulations, Linda. Linda is on my team. So let me see what I am going to give Linda. Now, Linda actually went to Onstage, but she missed out on some super duper swag from Onstage. So, Linda, I am going to give you, and I know you like green, so I am going to give you one of these U-Butte coin purses. from On Stage. So this is one, I've got one of these in my bum bag, and it is the best. So I'm going to give you one of those, and what else have I got in here for you? I'm going to give you some gems, I think. I'm going to give you some adhesive-backed speckled dots. So congratulations, Linda. I will pop them aside for you and give them to you when I see you next. So don't forget my Craft with Beck group. It's a separate group, keeps us all safe. You can enter any of my competition on a Wednesday night by going over onto the Craft with Beck group and just posting a photo on the pinned post that I put up every week. So, yes, congratulations, Linda. All right, guys, well, that's it from me. I hope you got something out of that tonight. It is just something a little bit different. As I said, we do normally do card making, but I thought I've got all of these pictures on my phone, and nobody really sees them. So I'm going to start doing a little bit of scrapbooking, which are words that I would never thought would have come out of my mouth, like ever. So there we go. All right, ladies, I hope you have a fantastic week. We have class next week using the new Filled with Sweetness stamp set. So next week? Yes, next week we have class. We also have, don't forget, our buffet cards at the end of May. We had the buffet class just gone on the Sunday. We had 11 ladies come and they created heaps of different cards. We have 18 to choose from. You do 3 for $35 and an extra $5 for every card after that. So it is such a great way, and it's just a good social outing. You can come for as long as you like, stay for as long as you like, make as many as you like between the hours of 10 and 3. It's pretty cool. So, but other than that, I hope you have a great week. I will see you all next Saturday for Breakfast with Beck. Don't forget, we've got a flash sale, I think, coming out on the 2nd of May. So if you like scrapbooking stuff, jump online and have a look at the flash sale of online scrapbooking stuff. So that's another thing that's happening in the Stampin' Up world. But other than that, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and have some dessert. I will see you all later. Have a great week, and I'll see you on Saturday at 9 o'clock for Breakfast with Beck. All right. Bye for now.